happened to you while you were working? Did a customer get violent with you? Have you been abused at work by an exploitative boss? My name is Keisha, and although no one has ever attacked or robbed me, I can assure you that no one has ever gone through what I went through that morning while working at Dunkin' Donuts. It all started when a strange man walked into Dunkin' Donuts while I was at the counter taking orders. The man was quite strange. Every word he said was calculated, dry, and rather cold. His voice was very raspy and his eyes were focused on me, frozen, and accompanied by a big grin from ear to ear. After ordering his donuts, the man ate them, staring at me. Each bite he took was slower than the next. He looked like a predator stalking his prey. He was making me feel very uncomfortable. But what could I do? He was just looking at me. I couldn't say anything to him. I asked my manager if I could go clean or cook, and with his permission, I left. The next few days, the man kept coming back. He didn't stop looking at me for a single day. Every day at 2 p.m., I knew he would be there, watching me. As time passed, he began asking me uncomfortable questions as I was taking his order. Are you in a couple? Do you live alone? What did you eat last night? I told him repeatedly that he was making me uncomfortable, but without taking his eyes off of me or smiling, he would just remain silent and keep looking at me. The morning it all happened, I didn't see it coming. Until that day, the man always came in the afternoon, but that day, it was as soon as I opened the place in the morning. This Dunkin' Donuts is pretty small, so only one person opens at 8 a.m. since hardly any customers come. At 9 a.m., another employee starts to join in. I was cleaning the counter, knowing that hopefully I would serve one or two people before 9 a.m. There was no way I could see it coming that when the door opened, he would show up.
Hey, good to see you here.
Hello, sir. May I take your order?
Without saying much, the man leaned on the counter and put his head close. His eyes were wider than ever, full of veins, and with a strong red intensity that I had never seen before. His breathing was agitated and his smile was huge, from ear to ear, revealing large gray teeth, but they were in perfect condition.
Sir, get away from the counter, or I'll call the police. You're scaring me.
The man just ignored me, and with a big jump, he placed his feet on top of the counter and then got down from my side and walked slowly towards me. My only reaction was to run to the kitchen. Our Dunkin' Donuts was very small and had no security, and it was still very early in the morning, so it could be a long time before a customer or coworker came in. I didn't have time to call the police either. I was at the mercy of this man, and when he saw me running, he came right after me, in a chase that only lasted a few seconds. I tried to lock myself in the food storage room, but before I could close the door, the man rammed it shut and came in with me, cornering me against the wall. His face was in front of mine. His eyes were so wide that they looked like they were about to pop out of their sockets, and his teeth were almost grinding from how hard he was clenching them to give me that horrendous forced smile.
What do you want?
The same as always, pretty girl. A donut. A chocolate donut.
After saying that, the man turned away from me and stood in the doorway of the storage room, looking at me, inviting me to go to the kitchen to deliver his donut. I walked past him, crying, hostage to this psychopath who walked by me, not leaving my side for a second. I took out a chocolate donut and put it in the microwave.
Aren't you gonna make the donut?
I'm sorry, sir. We don't make the donuts.
I waited for an answer, but it never came. The man didn't move his mouth away from my ear. I could feel his breath filling my ear with moisture. Meanwhile, all I could see was the clock on the microwave. 10 seconds, 7 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It seems that my donut is ready.
Terrified, I served him his donut and simply gave it to him. The man began to eat it, staring at me. He ate it even slower than usual. When he was about to finish his donut, he stopped.
Something wrong?
This donut is really good. I want you to taste it.
Please, no.
I won't take no for an answer. Slowly! You should enjoy the chocolate.
I ate his donut slowly. My body was numb, my jaw cramping with every bite I took. The man's eyes were still glued to me, up closer than ever. Without seeing him, I could feel him scanning my entire face, becoming more and more agitated as if he was about to do something. And almost without realizing it, I swallowed the donut. Immediately, the man pulled something out of his pocket. This was the end of me.
I left you a little tip for the excellent service.
Still smiling, the psycho walked out of the store as if nothing happened. I fell to the floor crying. I was devastated. I wanted to throw up that donut. I felt dirty. But no, I knew what I had to do. I ran to the phone and called the police as soon as possible. Luckily, there was a police car in the area and they apprehended the man without any problems. He didn't try to run away. He didn't run. He didn't get angry. He just smiled. After he was arrested, Dunkin' Donuts showed the police the CCTV footage of everything that had happened. The man was found guilty. I later learned that the man had a narcissistic personality disorder. This means that when this happened, he was in complete control of himself. He was not under the influence of any drugs, and no thought or hallucination was telling him to do this to me. He was just doing it because he enjoyed it. Soon after, I quit working at Dunkin' Donuts. I could never work in the customer service industry again. I saw his smile on every customer. Every time someone looked at me, I panicked. I may never see that man again, but the memory of him will haunt me for the rest of my life.